Hey folks, and welcome to Drinking Alone with Friends, a podcast where three friends drink alone together. My name's Chris.
What up? It's Tud.
I'm Obert.
And I'm Jenna.
Oh,
Wait, what are you doing here?
Brew Locker
Joining
returns.
The fun today.
Yeah, she's bringing the fun, bringing the funk.
Jenna, why don't you tell us what we're doing today for our special 40th episode?
Well, besides having me on here, because that's pretty special, we're drinking 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an interesting development, people. After last week's debacle, we decided how can we go even further down this rabbit hole, and we decided with 40s was the only way to top what happened last week.
I don't think that this is further down. I think 40s is this, or the
You think we're slowly climbing back out of the hole?
Was a depth I could never return to, because that was the worst drinking experience. The top 5 worst drinking experiences of my life.
Yeah, that looked pretty gross. And your video, Tud, was hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Yeah, I mean, I do wish that, now that we're 40, I wish, my back didn't hurt so much, and, my knee wasn't giving out, and I don't go to bed when it's 5 p.m., but...
Well, your kids are all grown now, so that's a bonus.
Our podcast is having a midlife crisis, so we're drinking beers of our youth.
We're going buying 40 ounces and Corvettes, and we're just going to be speeding down the interstate. So
before we go to this awesomeness that we're about to happen, I do want to circle back to last week's episode real quick and just bring up something. I had the pleasure of having a beer that I found worse than the Bud Light Gelato beer.
That's saying something, because as you know, I rated that the worst it can be. So
yeah, we're in negative territory here.
As we all know, I purposely did not, because I always thought I might find a beer that was undrinkable. It happened. We were at Fat Orange Cat, and we tried We Are Controlling the Transmission, which I was informed was a beer that they dry hopped twice on accident, because somebody forgot that they had dry hopped it and then dry hopped it again. Don't know how that happens, but whatever. Now, thinking, I like Fat Orange Cat beers. Quadruple dry hopped beer can't be bad beer, right? I was wrong. I tried this beer. At first, I liked it. I was like, oh, it has an interesting flavor, 3.75. That's what I rated it. About a minute passed, I took another sip of it. It burned my entire throat the entire way down, and each subsequent sip burned more. So, I went back and I returned it to the bar, and he promptly gave me a different beer. But that is the first beer in my entire life that I have ever said, I physically cannot drink this beer. Please take this back from me.
Just because it was too hoppy? Is that what it was? The hops were burning your throat?
He claimed that it was because of the hops. I took it as because it was quadruple hopped. It had a lot of hop, like sludge in it, which.
Thanks, guys.
Which
that was great.
I think might have caused some of the burning, but it tasted like I was drinking the bottom of a barrel. Is basically what it came out to be. So that beer I have officially rated as my lowest rated beer ever on Untappd at a 0.5. I didn't want to go to 0.25 because there might be something worse out there.
Yeah.
And I needed to give myself a little bit of leeway, because at first I did like that beer. So
yeah, Tud no longer does the extremes. No 5s, no 0.25s.
Yeah.
Correct.
Now, I have to say, I think Tud liked the Gelato more than me and you, Chris, because...
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
There's no way, I would have traded the Gelato for twice as much of We Control the Transmission. I would have fought through that burn.
I don't think you would have. It tasted like I ate, habaneros. It was bad.
Really? Wow.
The next beer that he gave me, I couldn't get the flavor of that old beer out of my mouth.
Were you, burping up hops for the next week?
It sucked, and it wasn't very good. It took me at least going to 2 other breweries in order for that flavor to go away.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate, because I like Fat Orange Cat. Hopefully it's just a small blip in the radar.
Yeah, the other beers were great, so I don't want to completely knock Fat Orange Cat, but this one was bad, and they were actually pretty happy that I told them, because they feel like they never get critical or criticism. They always get told how good their beer is. So they were really happy that somebody finally said, no, I don't like this.
Oh, there you go. Cool. Sweet.
Huh.
So we have Jenna, who's already drinking her beer. Just so everybody knows.
We have
It's
40
a
ounces.
lot
It's
of
a lot to
beer.
get through.
It is a lot of beer. But do you want to continue drinking your 40 and tell the listeners about it?
Yeah. So, the small selection that I had in my local shop today, I got PBR, taking me back to my early 20s, living in Ann Arbor, where the hipsters roamed freely.
For those who don't know what PBR stands for,
That would be Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Well, we've talked about their whiskey already.
Yeah. Barrel aged for 5 seconds.
Yeah, and I had this pulled up on Untapped just to kind of see what the stats were. And
it's probably
it
very
is-
highly rated. A lot of hipsters love this beer.
It's 4.6%. It's 10 IBUs, and it has an overall rating of 2.79. You know, and it's not that bad. I'm not gonna lie. Not bad.
It's award winning.
Yeah, it won an award. It's very proud of its award that it won.
When it got one, no one knows, but
Yeah,
it was one at one point.
back before they had a name for it. Back when it was just Pabst beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a lot of beer, and I can barely hold it with one hand because I'm a peanut.
Is that a plastic 40?
Mm-mm.
Okay, glass.
Oh, it's glass. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So, side note,
I'll say, do they make 40s in plastic
I
now?
They do.
almost
Yeah, they do.
got
They do.
Milwaukee's Best Ice. That's in plastic,
Oh.
and the it's like a big cap too.
Yeah.
Huh.
When I was doing my 40 shopping, I saw a few that were also in plastic. I think like maybe Bud Ice or Natty Ice or something. They came in plastic, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
I'm pretty sure Steel Reserve is in plastic now.
Oh. So Jenna, what did you rate your PBR? 5, 6,
I mean, it's
12?
It's like pretty smooth. I don't know. As soon as I don't know. I don't taste it anymore. You know, I don't know. I guess a 3. I could have made a really bad joke there, but I don't want to.
Okay.
Now we kind of want you to.
The audience just has to make up the joke on their own.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, like, as soon as I swallow it, I don't taste it anymore.
Nice. That's how it goes.
You can
From
edit
what I
that
hear.
out if you like.
No, that's going to be the name of the episode.
Now I just almost
Oh,
spit it
man.
out. Ba-dum.
Oh man.
Just because you're watching The Office in the background, I'm going to add in it. That's what she said.
Oh,
There
this
you
is
go.
where Michael's already left. But
Oh.
You mean that's when I get to restarting from season 1 again.
yeah, that's usually when I restart too. But I haven't seen these in a while, so why not?
So Jenna was telling us about going into her local beverage shop today and having to like put a mask on her face so they don't know that she's buying her 40s because she's so embarrassed.
Yeah, they know me
Just
there.
putting that brown paper bag that you get with the 40, just putting that over your head with cutting eye holes out. Yeah.
I mean, my story
Oh,
was pretty good, but I hear Obert had a better one.
That's
Yeah.
true. But
So
But
that's a
Chris?
great transition to Obert.
Thank you.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I was like, I don't know if that's worth if we should do the story now or just wait, but
Oh, we can make the audience wait.
Yeah.
Okay,
We all know
yeah.
the story. The audience doesn't. We're
So-
keeping. This is how you keep this audience retention right here.
So I will
Keep
say,
them listening.
I told the guy at the liquor store I did not want the brown paper bag around my 40, and I proudly walked out of that liquor store with my beer raised above my head in triumphant fashion because it only cost $3.72. And
Yeah, this is a cheap episode.
this might be the cheapest beer I've bought in years. And with that, I am going to review my 40. So today on the pod, I brought a 40 of Bud Light.
Classic.
Those who know me no, it is glass.
I said
No, classic.
Oh, classic. So it is all glass. It is all American. And for those who know me, I have a special love for the Bud Light. It is my go-to, like getting drunk, partying beer. Like if I was going to have a party in the summer, I'd buy a keg of Bud Light. If I was going to a party and I was bringing a 30, I'd buy a 30 of Bud Light. This is my go-to beer every time that I want to drink a massive quantity of beer and get drunk slowly over time.
Now, I would say I know you, Todd, and I think, like most of the people who know you, who listen to this podcast, I am shocked it's taken us 40 episodes to get to the point where you can have Bud Light on the podcast.
Me too, actually.
I expected this like episode 3. I'm going to review Bud Light.
Yeah, episode 1.
I don't know why it's taken me so long to bring it here. I usually don't have Bud Light sitting in my fridge because I'm usually buying it as I'm going somewhere.
It's always gone.
Yeah, I mean, it comes in, it's just gone. I mean, it's not as... It actually really helps me with my new beers resolution because I get rid of the beer as soon as I bring it in the house. I drink it like water.
Yeah.
So, obviously, everybody who's had a Bud Light knows that it tastes awesome, and it's like magical unicorns riding into your mouth, and it tastes so much better than Coors Light because Coors Light is just god-awful.
Hey. I like Coors Light.
It is.
If it came in a 40, I would have grabbed it.
It does come in a 40. I saw it.
Not in my store.
I promptly kicked it as I was picking up my Bud Light.
I like Coors Light.
Obviously, we all know my love. I don't know how to really describe Bud Light other than magic.
Then it's Bud Light.
Yeah, okay. If you're familiar with Budweiser, just take that and just take some of the flavor away. And now you're getting close to Bud Light.
I think it tastes just like Budweiser.
I disagree on that one, but
the only thing I will say that Budweiser has slightly more alcohol. So if you're really looking to go balls to the wall with a Budweiser type beverage, buy the Bud Heavy just because it's
Bud Select.
It's going to get you there a little bit quicker.
I have a question.
Not Bud Select. Yes.
How do you all feel about the new variants of Bud that have come out?
I love Bud Light Lime.
I think Bud Light Lime tastes
That's
like
not new.
soap, but there's the orange, and now they have a lemon one.
I saw lemon tea in the store today when I was 40 shopping.
Yeah, what do you think about all that?
I want to try it.
I do too.
I'm not an orange beer fan, as we've discussed, but
I remember.
Yeah,
I want to try both.
Bud Light Lime's been around for a while, right?
Yeah, very long time.
Yeah.
The OG, yeah, okay.
I had that on my 21st birthday.
Oh, okay.
So
and then they had, do you guys remember Bud Light Golden Wheat?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That was good.
I actually kind of liked it, but that was they only did it for like, I think a summer or something like that.
Yeah, it must have not sold enough to bring it back.
Yeah.
I will tell you, the only time that Bud Light has ever been better than Bud Light is when it was called America.
Budweiser, you mean?
They also changed the name of Bud Light to America Light.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Is America Light just Canada?
It would have been even funnier if they just put the thing as Canada.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Oh my God.
That is funny.
Well, overall, I'm going to give this beer a 4.75. As we all discussed, I'm never going to go up to a 5. I love this beer. My beer is Bud Light. My beer will always be Bud Light if I have nothing. If I'm just interested in drinking. Like on my bachelor party, I'm going to drink Bud Light.
I wish the audience
I don't know about
could
that.
see my shocked
Yeah.
face at that rating.
I have to say, I can't believe that Ted was able to fool our listeners for 39 episodes into thinking he knows beer. Because Ted's made some very questionable statements already this episode.
I'm surprised he didn't. Hi, welcome to Drinking Alone with Friends, Tud's Bud Light Fancast.
Yeah, right? How much are they paying you?
Oh yeah, by the way, Anheuser-Busch, if you need a sponsorship, I'm willing to put Bud Light on the back of the hashtag TudFit t-shirt.
Yeah.
Get at me.
Surprising, because I didn't think that Budweiser did any marketing. I thought that they were just all word of mouth.
Yeah, they don't have the cap space to
Just a small startup from St. Louis.
Right.
right. All right. Well, Tud, you done raving about Bud Light?
Just one more time, Bud Light is amazing.
Okay, all right. We only have so many minutes on this podcast. So I'm going to go next because I am drinking the champagne of beers today. Some Miller High Life.
You're living the high life.
The highest life. It's the high life for me. I believe that's what...
Hashtag living your best life.
You guys remember that Super Bowl commercial?
No.
There was a 1-second commercial they did for the Super Bowl.
Chris might not be drinking his beer, just an FYI. What was the commercial?
It was, the guy who was like the Miller High Life delivery guy who was in the commercials for a while.
Jesus
Christ.
They hyped it up for a long time. They were going to have a 1-second commercial during the Super Bowl. And it was just him. It was just him holding a High Life and it just said, High Life. And that was the whole commercial.
Nice. I love that.
fan of the podcast, former roommate of the podcast, Andrew Vinucker's favorite Super Bowl commercial.
So I will say that out of the Miller Coors products, the High Life is my favorite Miller Coors product. Just giving an update, Chris had to leave the room to go open the 40 of Miller High Life. And he's now coming back into the room. But
I had to use a freaking oven mitt to open this stupid thing.
This is all staying in.
That's fine. They need to know. So, drinking some Miller High Life, which is my brother's favorite beer. He loves this stuff. So James, if you're listening, this High Life's for you. That's them, right?
Yep.
All right.
Go with that.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's not bad.
High Life.
It's High Life.
These are world-breaking reviews today.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you get old. You can't handle the flavors of craft beer. So now that we're all 40,
yeah, it might be too flavorful.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. It's good. It tastes like tastes like any other light lager that you want to drink. So
I will say that all your guys' I don't know what Obert's drinking, but all you guys, your beers have corn syrup in them. Mine does not.
It's probably what makes it taste better.
Yeah,
probably.
That's why it's the High Life.
I love repeating corporate marketing on our podcast. That's my favorite.
But this one's pretty good. I mean, I'll give it a standard. I'll say like 2.25. It's not. It's fine. I'm gonna drink 40 ounces of it, so that'll be enough for me.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Yeah, the audience has been dying, waiting to hear.
So it's already been alluded to. They already know. I was not able to get a 40 for today's episode. I'm gonna drink 40 ounces of beer, nonetheless.
Boo.
You done? Are you good?
No. Boo.
Okay. Yeah, get that last boo.
Can we get a collective?
You can only boo twice.
Can we get a collective boo? Boo.
Bah. Oh, sorry. I tried. I was close. One letter off.
So tell us your quest for 40.
No, Whitefish, Montana, there's no 40s. I don't know if it's a town ordinance or what. I went to 4 different stores today to try and find a 40. I went to the grocery store with the best beer. I went to the sketchiest gas station I could find. I went everywhere in between.
That's the key, by the way, is the sketchiest place you could find.
I called the distributor, and they said, call back between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. on a weekday. But, yeah, I was biking around downtown today. I haven't been outside all weekend. It's kind of gray here. And I was like, you know what? I'll get out, ride my bike. I'll just throw my 40 in my backpack and bike home. And you guys ever go into a store and like be worried that people are going to think, we'll just wait for him to come back, I guess.
Maybe he had to poop.
Yeah. It's a sudden departure. Tud's souffle is boiling over. Because that's how souffles work.
What?
Tud had to blow his nose really bad. He's killing a spider, I think.
Yeah.
And we're going to hear how it was the biggest spider he's ever seen. Watch. What was that all about, Tud?
I caught a frog.
Oh.
All of a sudden, a frog popped up on my kegerator.
Saying, Bud Wise.
It's really good timing, but like, holy shit, there was a frog.
Is it a big frog?
How thirsty was
frog.
it?
I just threw it back outside the window. I don't know how it got in.
Probably through the window.
Todd, you live on the 50th story.
Oh, that's funny.
Do you live with an old lady who was trying to get rid of her flies?
No, but like, I have a screen on my window. It moves, but clearly because I was able to throw the frog back out. But hope it lived as it hit the ground.
Oh, man. Okay, I assume that's all staying in. So let me get back to my story. So you guys ever go in like a store and be like, oh, I hope they don't think I'm stealing anything when you're not intending to steal anything at all? Does that ever happen to you?
Yes.
Well, because like I walk in all these stores with a backpack on and I leave without buying anything because I don't have 40s. And I'm like, okay, just act like you're not stealing anything. Try and act casual. But then I feel like I'm making it so much worse by being like, just act like a normal, non-stealing person would act.
You have quite the long beard right now.
I know.
You kind of look like a hobo.
just like people who steal stuff.
You're not
wear
helping
beards.
your case.
Yeah. So I wasn't able to get a 40. That's where the story was going. But instead, I decided to do a beer that's kind of caught my eye. We haven't talked about it on the podcast before.
It was featured on an Instagram story, though.
By Natural Light. It's their Natural Light Natter Days.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
I've had that.
Yeah. It's here for the summer, folks. I am drinking 40 ounces of it, even though it doesn't come in a 40. I don't know. Will that satisfy you, Ted?
I got to tell you, it's still a little weak that you couldn't find a glass and or plastic 40. I mean, Steel Reserve has to exist in Montana, right?
It does. It comes in tall boy cans, which I almost bought. I figured this would be close enough.
This is the weirdest thing. Montana, the state of freedom, apparently,
as we're known,
does not have 40s.
Yeah. They might. Again, I got to call the distributor back on a weekday.
I expect an update next episode about your conversation with the distributor.
Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll do Scissor Hands, Edward 40 Hands for episode 80. How does that sound?
Oh man, that's a good idea.
The question is, how are we going to hit record?
By that time, I'll have CJ will be able to hit record for me.
Yeah, that's true. All right, here we go, folks. Oh, spilled a little. Okay. This is strawberry lemonade flavored Natural Light.
Yep, sure is.
It's not bad. I was expecting it to taste more like strawberry lemonade and less like Natty Light.
Come on.
But I mean, it's definitely a Natural Light product. Chris said 2.5. I'll give this a 2.5. No, 2.75. Why not?
Ooh.
Cheers. Here we go.
So you drink this again? I
mean, yeah. Okay, maybe not. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is 2.5. You're right. That was too high a rating. You're right. This is a 2.5. I'm going to sit here and not comment on how gross it is because it's fine. And I'll just drink 40 ounces casually while we just have a nice chat with Jenna.
Yeah. So Jenna, what's been up?
Well, I am working 6 days a week now. So big change from, I think, the last time I was on the pod where I was not working at all.
Yeah, you were like Obert going into package stores today, an unemployed bum.
Yeah, I was living the life. And now I'm working like 50 hours a week, 6 days, and I'm tired. I'm feeling 40.
Well, we appreciate you cutting time out of your busy schedule to come and drink alone with us.
Of course.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah. Did you have any beer related thoughts you wanted to bring to the podcast?
I had no thoughts. Actually,
nothing.
Just get a 40.
Just 40 ounces of beer, hang out. Yeah.
Can I ask, what other beer did you buy with that 40 today?
I bought I put it in the kitchen. Some Polish Pilsner. I had to burp, sorry. Polish Pilsner. I bought it to take a picture, so you all know She Knows Beer, right?
Yes.
Ava?
We follow them on Instagram.
Yeah, so it's a she, not a they. But
their account,
yeah.
Her account.
But
sure.
Her birthday.
Them's accounts.
Her birthday is the 20th, so by the time this airs, that will already be passed. So I think I can say this
happy
by
birthday.
then. But I bought that in honor of her to drink for her. You guys will see on tomorrow's post, so look out for that.
Is she Polish?
Well, no, it's just a Pilsner, but it happened to be Polish.
Okay.
So anybody who has not seen the post for the 20th, go back and look at my post for the 20th. I bought that, and I bought a banana bread stout, which I've seen all over. I don't even know what brewery this is, but it's like the bakery or something.
Isn't it the brewery?
I don't know.
The bakery.
It is the brewery. Bruery. The brewery. And I love banana bread beer, and I am so excited to try this. And I feel like I bought another one, but I don't remember. Oh, maybe it was just these. 40. Why are you laughing?
I think he's laughing at your dog.
Oh.
What is your dog doing back there? He was digging a hole.
Yeah.
Just hanging out, just
she
burrowing.
Likes to dig. That's her chair.
Just doing dog stuff.
Yeah.
I think she ate too much food. I put some corn in there, and she ate the entire bowl. Oops.
Yeah, Ted's almost done.
Oh my God.
Ted, you haven't been drinking out of the bottle, though.
That's true.
Well, I transitioned from my cup to take the picture.
It looks
To
way
the bottle.
cooler out of a bottle like this.
Obert, you're drinking out of a mug, so I don't want to hear not drinking out of a bottle.
Okay.
I'm curious who
It's
would
glass.
win Edward 40 hands. Been thinking about that.
I think
think Todd would
I
win.
might have a really good shot at this.
Have you guys ever done it?
No, actually, this might be the first time I'm drinking out of a 40 right now. Not gonna lie.
I am undefeated at Edward 40 hands.
So you just like tape
You obviously
it?
never played with douche.
Oh, I couldn't beat him. But I have played 2 times, and I'm undefeated both times.
Yeah,
No.
Jenna, basically what you do is you take 2 40s and you duct tape them to your hands. And the goal is to finish them before you have to use the bathroom.
Oh.
That's my goal anyway.
Well,
You can use the bathroom with him. You just need the skill.
not if
Okay.
you're a
So
You need to
female.
let me
one of
amend that. You have to. So you sit down, you have your 2 40s and your duct tape, you unbutton and unzip your pants, and then you duct tape 40s to your hands.
You got to leave the fly open. I mean, it's a thing.
What about me?
You don't wear
You
pants
don't
anyways.
have pants on.
Okay, hypothetically speaking, let's say I wear pants. What am I
Right.
going to do if
This
I
fantasy
have...
world.
Again, you have to finish before.
Depends exist.
Oh no, gross.
Commit to the cause.
No, you just have to finish 80 ounces of beer before.
Exactly. I
You
mean,
have to pee.
just chug beer.
Yeah,
Ugh,
That's the goal.
I feel so bloated, I think.
Oh yeah, it's. I would
'Cause
never.
I feel
do
freaking
that again.
bloated now, and I've only drank less than half of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also didn't start until my beer review, so I think you had a bit of a head start on me, Todd.
Yeah, me too. Same. So
Oh, I
Yeah,
started before.
I'm sorry. I will put my beer down for 3 minutes and allow you guys to catch
No,
up.
I want you to finish. This isn't a race.
So, now that we have Jenna here,
Yeah.
are you guys ready for some stupid questions?
Oh
Yes.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. So, let me start off with a beer related one. This is not really a stupid question, but more of a question for our listeners, for people who may want to cook some food with some beer. So, what type of food do you guys make with IPAs?
What type of food?
yeah. Like, I wouldn't make anything with an IPA.
Okay. Thanks, Obert, for your contribution.
Maybe
like-
a sauce, like a pasta sauce,
I like that. That sounds good.
like a marinara pasta sauce.
Yeah.
Because you
Or
want to add the
pizza
bitterness to it?
sauce. Yeah,
Yeah, use like hops instead of oregano, you know.
yeah.
I don't know if this counts or not, but I've made like beer bread with an IPA before. So
How does that compare to like a darker beer?
honestly, it's not that much different. I mean, you get like almost more sweetness with a darker beer versus
Yeah.
but it's almost negligible. It's not much of a difference.
Ted, what about you?
I've heard of people doing beer cheese. I personally
Ooh, that's a good one.
have done chili with an IPA.
Oh,
And that's
interesting.
come out pretty
Yeah,
good.
that'd be good. Again, tomato based. I could see it.
You could probably do some like
See?
brats in an IPA or something like that.
Ooh.
Probably wouldn't-
Yeah, you could
that probably-
boil
yeah.
brats in an IPA.
But all these things, I would like beer can chicken. I would rather use a light beer than IPA.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
But this brings us to the stupid question, which Todd is about to read. Nope, that was the stupid question. No.
Aren't you glad you came on the podcast, Jenna? You get to drink 40 ounces of PBR.
Yeah, I'm so happy about it.
Yay! We're glad to have you.
I need a pot
Okay.
to chug out of.
Yeah. Oh my God! Pug the
Chug
chop.
the shot.
Are you guys good at chugging beer?
Yeah, very
No.
God,
much so.
I'm terrible.
I'm
Yeah,
better
me
than
too.
I'm better than
The
Tut is.
the one that I tried to chug was a New England IPA.
Well, that's just
Well, that's a
you don't
mistake.
chug that.
I
Yeah.
know it was so bad.
You
and it
want to
was,
drink?
like,
You want to
10%.
chug the beer you have now? Like that's the
I
beer
know.
you chug. All right, so I do have a stupid question. How many geese would you need for a goose-drawn carriage?
I love this question. This is Todd. This is my jam. This is a great. No stupid questions.
So, if you had a carriage and you wanted it to be pulled by geese, how many geese would you need to pull that carriage?
We're talking standard Canadian goose. I imagine.
Yeah. The things that honk at you as you
They fly in
Get near 'em.
D's.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, as is tradition, I will go last.
Okay. Yes, because you're gonna have like the engineered answer. That's gonna be like the.
Hey, I can't. It's how my brain works. I can't help it.
You're gonna we're actually gonna be able to like pull a carriage once Obert answers the question.
How big is
All right,
this
assuming the
carriage?
mass of the carriage M.
Yeah, I assume it's like a 2-horse carriage.
Yeah, let's for ease of purpose use here. 2-horse carriage kind of looks like Cinderella's like pumpkin carriage.
Okay, all right. So is it made of pumpkin? Because I think geese like pumpkin. So
No, it is not. It's made of glass in this situation.
okay, all right.
Tires are standard tires though, made out of rubber.
So hold on. I have to check my animal conversion table, which I always have handy, and it says here that 1 horsepower is equivalent to 256 geese power. So you would need 512 geese. Easy. Easy.
Boy, okay. I'm thinking like 24.
Wait, what?
like a solid V's worth of geese.
Yeah. I like how you all moved toward your microphones. Like, what did she say?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 12 geese is 1 horse. It's a lot of feet.
Well, I can visualize it flying overhead, right? I can visualize 12 on each side of that V.
Yeah,
And just
the
imagine them
last
all pulling
one.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got, like Santa's sleigh.
So
But
they'd
with
be
geese.
like
You got it. Yeah.
So they'd be like kites attached to this.
Each one's half a reindeer, I think.
I mean, Canadian geese are pretty vicious, so.
Yeah, no, geese for real are like assholes. So
Swans are so
Everybody's got
worse.
one.
oh no, I've been attacked by a swan. So
They're terrible.
You have?
I kinda wanna know how
Can we
this
take
story
an
went
interruption
down.
from No Stupid Questions to hear about real life stories when swans attack featuring Chris Adamowitz?
Yes, let's take a break.
yeah, actually, we were at the zoo today and we saw a swan, and Dana says to CJ, "Oh, Dad loves swans, and I hate swans. They're fucking assholes." But anyways,
I'll second that.
so this was a long time ago. I was at Mohegan Park in Connecticut, and
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah,
I
that
was,
place.
Yeah, Jenna goes there once every
I
couple
frequent.
weeks.
Was this when they still had a zoo?
Yeah, oh yeah. I
So
think,
this was baby Chris.
oh yeah,
Like like they used to have tigers and like
there was
real animals at this place.
yeah, and yeah, it couldn't have been humane for the animals at all. But anyways, no, this was like less than 10-year-old Chris, easy. Maybe like 5 or 6. But I was there with my grandma, whose birthday is today.
Oh,
Happy
happy
birthday,
birthday,
Grandma. Yeah, well, happy birthday in heaven, Grandma. But
I did
So-
it, folks.
oh,
Yeah. Again, Todd's coming in with the interruption hot here. Quick update, dude. Boop, boop, boop. Stop the presses. Todd has to let everybody know.
stop the podcast. Todd has finished his 40 ounces of Bud Light.
Todd's pulling the emergency brake on this podcast.
So congratulations, Todd. You finished your Bud Light. You're the best Bud Light drinker I know.
So continue with you were with your grandma in Mohegan Park.
I was with my grandma and my uncle Charlie, and this was I don't know why, but we were feeding the ducks and all that fun stuff, and there was a goose that was there, white goose, or no, not goose, swan. Sorry, there was a swan, white swan that was there, and the freaking thing came up and actually bit me on the ankle, and like I was like, I don't know, young. So I was freaked out because I was attacked by a stupid ass bird. So I ran and climbed on top of a picnic table until like because the thing just kept coming. I don't understand what was going on.
Gross.
It was crazy. So, yeah, it was traumatizing clearly. And that's
True
why
stories when swans attack.
and that's why I hate swans. So there you go.
I would love to hear this from the swan's perspective.
This kid was just chucking bread at me.
My how I picture the story would go would be like honk 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 honk.
And then that dumb bitch ran away. Climbed on top of a table.
I love how your your defense mechanism was to jump on top of the table.
That's a smart 10-year-old.
Where a swan could easily fly on top of the table.
Well, yeah, but then Chris is in his element. He leveled the playing field.
I have the higher ground.
Yeah.
8-year-old Chris punches the swan out of midair.
8-year-old Chris's sneaker level right there. Yeah. I never heard that story before, which is surprising because I've known you. I knew you when that happened.
Yeah, honestly, 8 years old is probably too old. It probably was more like 5 or 6. It was a long time ago. Yeah. It was traumatizing enough to remember.
So I am going to guess 100 geese will pull this carriage. I think that's probably a good guesstimate. Obert?
I don't think it can be done. Next question.
Damn it.
That's it?
Assuming mastless ropes here. Assuming mastless harnesses on these geese. Because otherwise, you get to 100 and the area you need for these, you need long leashes. And then you got the weight of the leashes to pull. You'll never get there. That's what my theory is. But 100, you said 256, you said 24. Are they running or flying? They're flying, right?
They can do whatever they want to pull the carriage.
Yeah, I assumed they would be running. That's why I said there's a lot of little feet.
Okay.
But I guess with the V... Oh, God, I thought I knocked over 40. It would make sense.
So much beer to spill.
Well, not anymore. Well, you can't see, but...
Yeah, I'm missing out here because I don't have a 40. I'm sad.
You should
You should have worked harder.
I am. You don't. I went to so many places.
On a bike.
I called the distributor and they said they were closed.
So are we ready for the next stupid question?
Sure.
Would a fly without wings be called a walk?
Yes. Sorry, I forgot I was going last.
I think yes. I mean, it's called a fly because it flies. But then again, fucking swans aren't called
flies.
Yeah, they're not flies.
For those of you that are very offended by the F word, I'm sorry, but when you get me on swans, I just can't help myself.
I mean, we don't call caterpillars crawls,
Also true.
All right, Jenna, what would you call a house fly that couldn't fly?
With no wings.
And this isn't a joke, because it sounds like we're setting one up.
What would I call it? Okay, it's a house fly. So the average house fly, do you think they only live in the house? Or are these flies that venture outside and just randomly get in your house?
All right, we should have called them a black fly.
Yeah, they're just flies. They're just general flies.
Okay.
Like, if you live in a mansion, are they mansion flies?
Right? Or a cabin fly? Huh?
Welcome to I have condo flies all over here.
I think I like to think that they have a sense of peace when they're inside. I like to call them home flies.
Yeah. I have Ray's Ranch flies all over here.
So if they're just general flies, I would say the common bug. That's boring. Common something.
I think Jenna's hit on what I would call them, which isn't walks, but bugs.
Yeah, just a common bug. The average bug instead of the average Joe. Haha, that's it. The average bug.
Yeah.
The average bug.
Yep. I like it.
I've got one more final question.
I just think if we're before we go on to that, I think if we're gonna call flies that don't fly walks, we should change spiders to called land octopuses.
I like that.
Well, okay. In fairness to the spiders, though, what if octopuses are just wet spiders?
Ooh, I like
true.
They, to be fair, spiders were probably found first. So
I think we should just call. Well, they already have sea spiders. They're called crabs
and lobsters.
No, crabs only have. Wait, do they have 6? No, how many legs do crabs have?
Yeah, they have 6 legs and claws.
They got 8.
So they have 10 legs.
No, that would be 8. 6 legs and claws.
Here, bud.
6 legs and claws.
How the hell did you just do math? 6 plus 2 equals 10.
That common core
They
math.
might have little feeder, these things.
Technically, lobsters are sea spiders.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they
'Cause they're
got
all-
little ones.
They're all arachnids.
Is this like a Rhode Island was part of Connecticut fact?
No, the lobster is really part of the arachnid family.
This is something that no one in our audience should even bother Googling. They should just tell all their friends. This is a true thing.
I heard this on a podcast once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to do some research here. I've corrected you
Okay,
before.
have fun.
Hey, I've
So-
gotten stuff wrong in this podcast before. It happens to all of us.
So my next question is, if a hen and a half could lay an egg and a half a day, how long would it take a monkey with a wooden leg to kick all the seeds out of a dill pickle?
Wait, what?
I love
don't even
dill
understand. I
pickles.
didn't.
That doesn't make any sense.
I understood all the words of that question, but I don't know what it meant.
There's no correlation.
Can you say it one more time?
Yep. If a hen and a half could lay an egg and a half a day, how long would it take a monkey with a wooden leg to kick all the seeds out of a dill pickle?
I like that it specifies a dill pickle.
What?
Well, I mean, this is different than a kosher pickle.
I mean, a kosher pickle is just like
Kosher dill.
kosher, but there's dill pickles, sweet pickles, bread and butter pickles.
There's the
Well-
gherkins, the little tiny guys.
But aren't they technically dill?
Yeah, it's just flavors.
Well, there's pickled cucumbers is pickles, but there's also pickled kimchi and other stuff. Sorry, we just all got a link here to spiders, aka mollusks.
Arthropods.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did
no.
I did the research for everybody.
Was that right?
No, lobsters are arthropods. They're not arachnids.
But they, Chris, you can't deny they both start with the letter A.
You know, now that I see it from that point of view, you're absolutely right.
Why is a butterfly on here?
I don't know. I just clicked on a link. It said lobster.
There's a butterfly in the pictures. And
Well, yeah, because they start as
caterpillars
crawlers.
are soft and squishy.
Yeah. So if you had said that lobsters are caterpillars, Todd, I think we could have let that one go.
Yeah, we would have wholeheartedly.
Apparently so, right?
Yeah. Oh man.
Lobsters are scorpions.
Scorpions are arthropods, right? That's what that
Yeah,
link
we're gonna
said.
have to. Can we put the arthropod link in the show notes?
Yeah, we will.
Can we get Wikipedia to start paying us money when we send them links?
That'd be cool.
Clearly, they have a ton.
I'm pretty sure a spider is an arthropod.
A spider is an arachnid.
But spiders appear in this article. a
Arachnids
shit
are
ton.
arthropods.
Right.
So Todd is right.
We're going
Spiders
down a
are
rabbit hole
lobsters.
here.
All right. So here we go. So there are subsections of arthropods.
And
Arthropods form the phylum Eurythropoda, which includes insects, arachnids, myropods, and crustaceans. Crustaceans,
see.
aka lobsters,
And
arachnids, aka
spiders.
spiders.
So they are the same species.
Yep, that's exactly what this Wikipedia article is saying.
Sea spiders.
Oh, whatever. Okay.
And we all have 96% of the same DNA as bananas, but
We are all bananas.
So you guys never answered my last question, though.
There's no answer. There's no answer. That's why.
is there an answer
it would-
on
it
the
will-
sheet?
I know the answer to this one. I know this one. This one's obvious. It's
Okay.
when the woodchuck is done chucking wood.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so simple.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. There again, welcome to Stupid Questions with Obert, who answers all the questions with logical information, and we don't have fun anymore.
Segment's over. Time for the handles.
Lead us in, Obert.
I have a handle for you guys. I've already done socks once. I'm going to do socks again. I did Bombas socks. Guys, these are better than Bombas.
Socks 2, the sequel.
Even better socks. My go-to brand nowadays is Darn Tough.
Are they darn tough?
Yeah, they are. They're made in Vermont. They have a lifetime warranty, and I have 5 pairs, and they are the first socks I wear out of the laundry when the laundry's clean. And they're also the socks I pack every hiking trip that I go on. They're the only socks I hike in. Darn Tough socks.
Have you tried Duluth?
I have not. I mean, I'm reluctant. I'm the kind of guy who, when I find out something that works, I'm reluctant to try something else. If I have to spend money on it, I might as well just go with the tried and true. But you like Duluth socks?
I've only seen the commercials, so I was just asking. I could see them saying that their socks are also tough. So considering that all their material is made out of old fire hose.
That doesn't sound like a good thing I would want on my feet for walking on like 30 miles, though.
They have underwear.
Yeah, like
fire hose underwear?
Underwear.
That's good in case someone tries to set my crotch on fire.
It,
But what if I'm dancing so hard that like
friction.
there's a lot of friction going on there.
We're gonna find out at my wedding.
It's just so hot.
Yeah.
The dancing
If
is
you
so
guys want
hot.
to see my pants start to smoke, come to Tud's wedding. All right. I'm handing the mug off. This is normally what one of you says. Thanks.
Thanks.
This 40 episode is great.
I know.
It's almost been a year, guys.
Woo.
So my handle is going to be a video game for the Nintendo Switch called Dragon's Dogma. I'm sure that you guys have all heard of this in the past. It has been released on multiple consoles, but it just finally came to the Switch about a couple weeks ago. And it's basically a combination of Monster Hunter meets Skyrim with a little bit of Dark Souls included. It's a little bit more boring than all three of those games, so just an FYI.
Cool handle, bro.
Oh man, sounds great.
Combines the best elements of these three games and makes it a little worse.
No, but it's a really fun game. It took them a while to get everything right. So this is Dark Souls, or Dragon's Dogma: Dark Arisen. It's a good game. It's one of my favorite one of my favorite RPGs of all time, and it's now available on the Switch. I would recommend everybody go out and buy it and play it immediately. It's a very long game too. It's probably about 100 hours to beat it. So if you're looking for something to really sink your teeth into, check that out.
Can we part the kimono here a little bit? How many hours in are you?
3.
3% done.
But you're like really looking forward to the next 97.
Correct.
That's fair. Oh, I hope you have fun with this one. I'm still looking for my next good video game. So.
I'm telling you to check out Dragon's Dogma. I think you would really enjoy it.
I don't like the other three games that you recommended.
Well, I need to.
And you said it's worse.
I need the preferences.
Okay.
Dark Souls is known for being really hard. Dragon's Dogma is not as hard as Dark Souls. Skyrim is known for being very expansive with really
open world.
With really no way of like directing you, and you can pretty much go off on what you want. Dragon's Dogma is very expansive as well, but there's a little bit more direction and a little bit less freedom. So the game makes a lot more sense. And with Monster Hunter, people tend to like to continually hunt monsters and upgrade their equipment to infinity. This, you can't hunt as many monsters, but you can upgrade the equipment that you get, and it's not as repetitive as Monster Hunter, which people tend to like if they're really big Monster Hunter fans. This is what I'm saying when I said that it's not as, out of those three games, it's not as good down those paths as all of them, but it makes its own game.
Nice. I've been looking for a game to play. Maybe I'll check it out.
By the way, Chris, we have you on Nintendo Switch as a friend, and you're never online.
I haven't been playing a lot. That's why.
We can't play with you because you're not online.
And I've also only been shiny hunting.
Side note, that's all.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So who wants the mug next?
I can take it next.
We're going to leave Jenna to close it out.
Yeah, I want it.
Well, of course, this is the four-handled mug, so.
Right. We dusted it off. Shined it up.
Real nice. Turn that sumbitch sideways and stick it straight up your candy ass.
Yes, there you go. All right, Jenna, you're next. No. So I just want to put over a really cool, now that we're talking about video games a little bit, a cool website that I've used a handful of times, and it's called Humble Bundle. I know you guys, I think, are familiar with this.
I'm a subscriber.
I like this.
Yeah. You're a subscriber, Todd?
I am.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Well, then we might all be able to chime in on this. So, what Humble Bundle does is essentially it takes a bunch of games or books or programs or something, and they basically let you pay your own price for it. So, if you pay more than like $1, you get a couple basic games, and then if you pay, the more you pay, the more you get in each bundle. Everything you pay, I don't know if it's everything, but everything you pay goes to charity. So it's really cool in that regard. And, they have like some really cool stuff. Like I just recently bought the Lego, like they have a Lego game pack, because I've always wanted to play one of the Lego games. I don't know why. So I got like 8 of them for $12 or something like that. So it was pretty cool. I've bought Pathfinder guides. I've bought some PS4 games with using it and things of that nature. So
so you're not even like a monthly bundle.
No. I don't do the monthly bundle. That's why I've always seen it, but I've never.
I'm a monthly bundle subscriber.
Yeah, so you just get games for like $12 a month or something, right?
Yeah, they give out at least over $100 worth of value. It's usually over $150 worth of value each month for $12, supporting different charities.
Yeah, that's cool. I never signed up. I don't know, just never.
So Ted, what are some of the games that you've gotten out of this bundle?
Last month I got Assassin's Creed Origins, a game called Monster Prom, another game called Wander Song. In April I got Absolver, Mutant, and Tannenberg. In March I got Warhammer Vermintide, Late Shift, Paradigm.
How about, like, what are some of your favorite games that you've gotten?
Oh, so like I got to try the Division out of it, which is really cool. Yakuza 0 was really cool to try. They gave Just Cause 3 back in January, which was pretty cool to play through as well. And then like they've done like Metal Gear Solid and those types of games too. So it's pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's a really cool organization. I mean, it's founded on the idea that, what if we just don't charge money? What if we just ask people to pay whatever they want to pay? A lot of times piracy is a result of games being overpriced and all that. And the whole idea is, like, let's just see what people are willing to pay. And I think that's a really cool message, and it's neat that it's all for charity.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I don't know, you can just get a lot of random stuff, and they have everything books. Like, if you want, you can get like ebooks, you can get I think right now I actually thought about buying it, but they have like editing programs and stuff like that you can get for, dimes compared to what they cost for their MSRP. So it's pretty cool. Check it out if you haven't already. I think the Lego bundle's almost over, so hurry up. But
yeah, no, that's a good handle.
Cool. So Jenna, you ready?
I guess.
You ready?
Now keep in mind, we have to come up with handles 4 times a month minimum.
I know.
52 times a year.
I completely forgot about it.
You've had 20 episodes.
I forgot about it.
To come up with a handle.
I never know when you're going to ask me to come on the show, so my handle could change. You don't know.
Of course, yeah, of course. But like, what's like a good thing that you did or saw or watched or read or
a good thing that I watch is The Office, but we all know.
I don't think we put that over, honestly.
I mean, you could make that a handle, I guess.
I think we'd all be a little jealous of you stealing our handle if you said The Office.
At one point.
I mean, The Office
100 episodes from now.
Is an amazing show, so if you have not watched it, you should. But I think I found one. It's an app, and it is called Beer Fest List. So I got this, I think back in February when I went to the Winter Beer Festival in Grand Rapids. And you can find different festivals, like beer festivals in your area, and you can see all of the places or all of the breweries that are going to be there and what beer is going to be there, which is really cool. So you can kind of go through the list and see what you want to try, and you can like star it, and so you can remember what it is because there's so much. So I think that's mine. I can't remember now because it's been so long. But I think, okay, so I just clicked through. So there's a map. You can do a My List, and you can see the different breweries, or you can do festival details, see the website, the brewery count, the beer count, ticket information, and everything. So it's pretty in-depth information. So if you frequent beer festivals, it's probably a good thing to have.
Yeah, that's really cool. I was actually just talking to Dana, and I was like, man, I really want to go to a beer festival because I haven't been to one since the one in Tennessee. So it's been a while. So
that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun for most of the night. And I've seen Tud go to Rising Pine. I've seen you go to a few. Obert's been to a few, and I'm like, well, geez, I need to get on this train.
Well, you all are going to
so that's really
GABF,
cool.
right? In
Maybe.
October.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. But
if our patrons, kick it up a notch.
Patreon.
Yeah, we need that we need Skrilla. I think that's what
we need that
kids call
Land Rover via Amazon. Give us the 1%.
Right.
Money.
Everybody go online and buy your Land Rover.
Nobody wants a Land Rover.
Yes,
Land
they
Rovers
do.
are gross. Why
Yeah.
not like a Porsche?
Whatever cars they sell on Amazon, that's the one.
I'm pretty sure they sell
What's
Teslas
the
on
Amazon basics of cars?
Everybody likes Teslas, and Teslas, I think,
I
are
like
on
It's just like
Amazon,
a Ford Focus, but it just is branded with Amazon.
And so with that, we'd like to thank you all for listening. We're going to give a shout out to the breweries that we drank today. I don't know if there's really a thank you in order for these guys, but I'm going to start first with Anheuser-Busch and their Bud Light beer.
I'm going to thank Miller for their High Life, which is, of course, the champagne of beers.
Who makes Natural Light? No, I know this. I also want to thank Anheuser-Busch for their Natter Days. It's tasty. It's
And I'm
not
going to
bad.
thank Pabst Brewing Company for the PBR that I've drank today.
It's actually really interesting that is the most independent brewery that was brought to the podcast today.
Well, I think they're also InBev, right?
No, I think they're themselves.
Really? Oh, wow.
Is this like a spider's?
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
No, we're
No,
not doing
I
officers,
really
but-
don't know, but I
can't.
actually have always.
All right,
I
let's
thought
just
that-
move on with the credits.
Hey,
We'll
Jenna,
just-
put
we'll let our
yourself,
listeners
Jenna,
fact
put yourself
check us.
over.
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at The Brew Locker. And that's all I got. Oh, Snapchat, The Brew Locker, too, I guess.
There
So
you go.
Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, The Brew Locker.
Etsy.
Oh, yes. Etsy, Kingsley Acrylic. All one word. Capital K, capital A. Buy my paintings. Thank you.
And I will point out that Pabst Blue Ribbon is an independent brewing company.
Oh, wow. Cool. Very cool.
There we go.
As always, please go on to social media on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Untapped at DAWF Podcast and follow along. Also, make sure you're hashtag following the email at dawfpodcast@gmail.com. Again, please go on to Patreon and our website at DAWF Podcast and subscribe along to get some extra stuff. Obviously, our Amazon link's up there as well if you guys want to go ahead and buy that Land Rover / Tesla. Other than that, is there any other news that you guys would like to share today?
Nope.
40 episodes. Woo!
We made
Yes.
it. Midlife crisis.
That's it.
Thank you all for listening along to our episode 40. And with that, my name is Tud.
My name's Chris.
I'm
My
Jenna.
name's Obert. Oh.
No,
Oh,
Jenna, you
jeez.
have to do.
I didn't want to do it.
They all
You have
did.
to do it.
You make me do it every
As is
time.
traditional,
And I always mess
our
it up.
guest always does the outro.
So, Obert,
My
will you
name's
please-
Obert.
Oh, and I'm Jenna. And remember, if you're drinking alone, do it with friends.
Hey!
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, I don't know why you tried to
One
get
day,
out of it.
woo!
You've done it so many times.
Yeah,
I
you're an expert
finished.
at it.
This is the third time.
I drank all 40
Is
ounces.
it third or fourth?
Third?
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I was on the first, I was on 20, and then I think my last call I was on.
Oh, 28th? Yeah, 28. 4 is Willy Willy Nilly. Yeah, okay. I thought it was 4 for some reason. Game of Thrones time.